Now we have kind of less and less troubled beings and troubled world, which influence and sometimes bully our planet, sometimes make bad influence, sometimes enchant our world, people or animal people, and even trees and rocks. And so I was very happy, I was happy. And I am grateful to God's grace and all the masters to make all that happen, that we have victory. And I'm thankful to all the gods and goddesses and all the deities, all the heavenly armies, and His Majesty, King of Karma, His Majesty, the King of Security, for example, etc. They were very helpful. So when I say I have a victory, it doesn't mean I alone did it, but we are all together as one entity. So I could say that because they're one with me, like one hand together. Yes. And I also forgot to tell you other things. After we defeated and destroyed the fighting world, so much cheering came to my attention. And they say, love from your loving world, love from your loving world, love from your loving world. They say that to me. Of course, we have to thank God Almighty and all the gods and goddesses and kings in heavens and earth, okay? But I never thought they would say, your loving word, meaning their loving word becomes my word. Actually, this word has been created, long, zillion years ago, before humans came into being. And even though they have more entities, more population than the fighting world, they are not made to fight, so they didn't know how. And after we eliminated the fighting world, the loving world became liberated, because before that, the fighting world was not just fighting with each other, but sometimes they got together and disturbed the other world around them, and they were oppressing the loving world very, very much, that they call for help, because they are not born to fight, you see. They are loving entities, loving beings, so they cannot fight. They don't know how. So it's easier for the fighting world to oppress them and abuse them. Finally, in desperation, they call for help. So we came and saved them, freed them. When they were freed, they all came and say, love from your loving world. I never thought any word was mine anyway, but they feel like now that I own them, or they own me, something. So they say, love from your loving world. At first I was taken aback. I said, your loving world? My loving world? They say, yes, we are yours. we are yours, Never cheering like that. It sounds easy to win, but it was a very, very fierce battle, Even though in the astral world, meaning in the invisible world, apart from this world, only in this world we can see, we can hear, we can touch. If any beings don't have the human body like the humans here have, then it's easier to take care of. It's not always easy, of course, but nevertheless, I feel like it's much easier than taking care of this world. Did I tell you the number of the population in the loving world? Maybe not, huh? It's about 13,500 millions of beings there. They look like humans, but are not physical. Even though they outnumber the enemies who attack them, the fighting world was only 300,000, remember? Yeah. But then they can oppress the bigger number in the loving world, because the loving world, as I told you, they cannot fight. They are not programmed to fight. So if something attacks them, they have to call for help. Luckily, we are all very connected. We can hear them and we can help them. But the disturbing peace war also has more numbers than the fighting world. It's what 958,222 entities, yes? But even then, we overwhelmed them after some battle, fierce battle. Then we eliminated them already. But there are more words, even though they are not demons, but they carry vicious kind of energies. And with the humans' bad karma and degrading living standard, together, they make it difficult for heaven's beings and for myself also. It's difficult to win that easily. But we are on the winning side, I told you already. So don't be too upset, don't be too depressed, okay? We still have a big, big, big hope to save this planet for the good beings only. This is a problem. Even if we are successful in saving the planet, that the planet will not be destroyed, only good people, good beings, good entities will be allowed to stay. The final judgment will be decided by highest heaven, by God. So it's not like if you are rich and famous, then you can survive. It's not like that. Yesterday, I was glancing at some of the world news because I often also search the news to send it to my team to air it for everybody to have kind of a quick glance at the whole world, what's happening in different countries. It's easier for you than if you sit down and search from one channel to another if you don't have time. We make it concentrated, compact, so it's easier to see, understand, and realize what kind of situation we are in, good or bad, in different times, in different countries. Also, I eliminate fake news from humans as well as from AI generated information wherever it comes to my attention. I was looking at some of it. I saw President Zelenskyy went to Washington to see President Trump, and they were talking about peace, but it seems like a war right there. I guess there are many other details that happened before they officially sat there and talked to the reporters in America. From what I have seen, President Trump really wanted to have peace, to stop all the killings in Russia and in Ukraine due to the relentless war since 3 years already. Oh God, it's a long time, a lot of suffering. We help, but with whatever financial ways we can help and whatever things we can do. But it's not all that easy.
I hope it will. I mean, I hope I'm going to be remembered as a peacemaker. This would be a great thing if we could do this. I'm doing this to save lives more than anything else. Second is to save a lot of money, but I consider that to be far less important. So I hope I'm going to, thank you, Brian, for that question. It was a nice question. I hope I'll be known and recognized as a peacemaker. This would be a great thing to solve. This is a very dangerous situation. This could lead to a third world war. This was headed in the wrong direction.
One professor in Ukraine wrote a letter to me and asked me to send some people, my disciples, to his country to make a livelihood in a certain university. I did agree and I did ask some people to go there. But it's not all that easy. All this time we have been helping, but we could never stay long, because to have a visa there is troublesome. And the working visa will cost you $800 or more. And to be a permanent resident is more difficult. Even the same in Africa, like Congo, Kinshasa. If you want to stay there, even with a working visa, it's difficult and you have to pay a lot. And if you want to have longer-term visa, you have to pay $3,000 or $4,000 and apply. But that doesn't mean that you will be accepted, and that the money that you pay in will be returned, even if you're not accepted. So it's difficult. So People criticize me why I am a practitioner and I still do business. I don't do business so that I eat more than you do. You eat better at home than what I eat here. And you live in a better situation than where I live. More comfortable. Have running hot water, or over here I have to take shower in cold water. Even wash my hair in cold water. Hot water takes too long to cook. And you have to put it in many buckets. And in winter, you even put warm water. Just in a blink of an eye, you use it, it's cold water. So I don't care, I just use cold water. Just have to cover well so the wind doesn't come in and hurt you, that's all. So do not try to criticize too much, okay? Not just me, but anybody. Anybody that tries to do good to humans, to animal people, spending all their time and all their capabilities and finances to help. And just try to look into that. Do not criticize. What have they done wrong anyway? What have I done wrong? I'm just doing business. I'm taking in fair money, honest and clean money, and then giving it out to people, to whoever needs it, whenever God allows. Sometimes I have to pray, otherwise God doesn't allow me. Like, for example, if I want to give like 40,000 US dollars, God allows only 20,000. Then I just have to accept that, even if it breaks my heart. My life is not mine. You think I'm free? I'm not. I'm not free, because the world karma is upon me. And because of world karma, I have to do according to God's will. If you do nothing, then God leaves you alone. You don't have to give and take anything.